Previously on
Tyler Perry Mason.
I know you're still upset about the fact that I never told you who your father was. His name was Perry Mason.
Does that mean you're white?
Look at us, we're all a little mixed.
We just got a big case.
My milk.
And she's the fiance of Tavis Martin.
But you better win in court because I don't
No
lose.
problem.
Okay.
My name is Tyler Perry Mason, and I'm here to represent you as your new attorney.
Do you think your client, Mr. Tavis Martin, is innocent?
Facts will be revealed at the trial.
Mark, this is me, man. We black. We go way back. I need this, Mark. It's for my man Tyler. I need this.
So you're saying he was a bully?
Steve Irving? She got into a fight with him.
I hope you guys got some good news for me on this Tavis Martin case.
I don't have any good news for you. I just got the message that the Timberlake.
Timberlake.
Yeah, he's got the Austin Timberlake.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevant.
Your Honor, the prosecution has laid a foundation that the witness is an expert in investigating crimes. She's entitled to give her opinion as to what her assessment may or may not be.
Overruled.
Well, you definitely should get an A on that subject.
And would you tell this court whether or not you killed one Jerry Zimmerman?
Yes, I did.
The defendant attacked an unarmed 17-year-old boy and shot him in cold blood with his gun. Did not send a warning shot, did not shoot it into the air, maybe at his leg. Shot it straight into the heart of a 17-year-old unarmed man.
We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty.
What? Order! What? Mr. Mason, do you think the jury got it right?
Absolutely. I just wanted to sit down here with you and share with you I've had one of the most difficult days in my life as an attorney. Really being exposed to a 17-year-old kid losing his life. And it just made me think of my own kids. Because anything can happen.
Yeah, you never know when it's your time to go.
What you will see in the next few minutes of the show, The Making of Tyler Perry Mason, you will come into a means in which we will have testimonies by each of the various cast members that were a part of this project and what they enjoyed about the process so far.
Hi, I'm Bill Bogard, Mayor of Pasadena, and I welcome you to this great city as we celebrate National Public Health Week. You know, the city has been in existence since 1886, and during that entire time, we have been proud to have our own public health department, which has been operating now for more than 120 years. Pasadena's commitment is to deliver exemplary municipal services to the entire community, consistent with our custom, history, and unique character. This allows us to comply with state health code requirements, to create access to health services, and to prevent disease and illnesses in our community. Celebrating National Public Health Week allows us to renew our commitment to public health and to share that commitment with you, our community. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to working with you in delivering public health services to the entire community.
Hi, welcome to the City of Pasadena's Public Health Department. I am the Director
of the health department, and the city's health officer, Dr. Eric Walsh. We in Pasadena have a very unique situation. We are one of only 3 city-based health departments in the entire state of California. Our mission is that we are dedicated to promoting the physical, social, and mental well-being of all those who live, work, worship, learn, and play in Pasadena. The City of Pasadena's Public Health Department cannot do the work we do by ourselves. And so we partner with organizations like Huntington Hospital, is one of our strong partners. Day One is a youth advocacy group that also does a lot of great work around public health policy. We also partner with the Flintridge Center. Of course, Young and Healthy is one of our groups that we work with a great deal as well. And Young and Healthy just does amazing work on making sure that people have access to health care and are the leads for our Affordable Care Act. Public health is a broad thing. I mean, so we have direct services. We inspect restaurants and hotels. We have a prenatal clinic and a comprehensive HIV clinic and services, tuberculosis clinic for those who are traveling to exotic places. We have a travel and immunization clinic. We do outpatient substance abuse treatment, and we do policy work around tobacco and nutrition, as well as nutrition and health education classes. But public health is a lot bigger than all of that. Public health speaks to social justice and environmental justice. It speaks to making sure that every child born in our city has the same opportunity for a great quality of life as every other child in our city. And the City of Pasadena and its health department is very dedicated to making sure that we have a level playing field for every family, that they're supported, nurtured, and get the social services they need to be great and to do great things in our city and far beyond our city. We do want everyone to realize that for us, every day is Public Health Day. Every day we get up and we come to work, and we're excited about making sure that we provide the kind of services to our community that improves the quality of life. So although this is Public Health Week, please understand that every day we live to make Pasadena a healthier city. So please, live well.
Next, you will find an interview by Rashawn Washington. Rashawn plays my oldest son, or my eldest child, Perry.
And my mix?
Well, technically we're all a little mixed, right?
True that, but Grandma's messed up for telling him, because I wouldn't have said anything.
In selecting Rashawn Washington as Perry, he was not the original casted actor. When the script was originally written, it was actually written because I was going to utilize my own family. I had a nephew who I've known pretty much all of his life, which we were actually put in contact with each other when he was about 12. He's now about 22, and I've been a part of his life for the past 12 years or so in trying to guide him into the responsibility of being a man. And I actually casted him as Perry because he was sort of that rebel, non-conforming young person that wanted a good life as an adult, but did not have the fundamental discipline and commitment that was needed. And that's what the Perry character was focusing in on as to the viewers watching this character. The character needs to be guided so he can find that his true potential will be realized if he develops the fundamental disciplines that's needed. And so in writing the script, that's what the Perry character was all about. And so my nephew, who was actually casted as Perry, did not live up to the commitment of rehearsals, working through the script, the practice that was needed to carry it out. So I continued to audition other individuals to play the character of Perry, and I found it in Rashawn Washington.
I'm Rashawn Washington. I'm from here in Pasadena, which the story is very much about. I saw this ad on Craigslist just like Alex here, and I replied to it, and the next thing you know, I was called in like the next day. And
My name is Josh.
yeah, Josh. Oh, I'm in character, my bad. So I got called in, and I got the role of Perry Mason, Tyler Perry Mason's son, and I play the oldest child, kind of play the rebel without a cause. My dad, he wants me to be a certain way, and I want to go a totally different route. And so we constantly butt heads, and we're going at it, and it's a love bond there, but it's a lot of tough love as well.
Terry is played by Kyle Sanford, who plays the quirky, funny, outgoing kid who's trying to find himself.
Yo, man, we need to talk about my allowance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, before we talk about your allowance, I need to ask you a few questions. Have your grades increased?
Nah, no.
Okay, so have your chores around the house increased?
Nope.
Okay, so have you helped your brothers and sisters?
Nope.
Okay, so does it sound like you should get an increase in your allowance?
Yeah. Well, you're the one that always said a quiet mouth doesn't get. That's true, but she's messed up for telling you. I wouldn't have said anything.
No, son. She should have told us.
At an age where he's fighting being a young teenager and trying to find himself as a young man. The character was originally casted by another individual who came into the script after the script was originally written to give some conflict with Perry. And so the original actor who was casted again found himself not able to meet the rehearsals, to be committed to the project in order to make the project successful. So I continued to cast other actors to play the role. And so once I found Kyle, he fit the role perfect. He's passionate, he's bubbly, he can play the high energy kid, and then he can play the low energy kid that's needed to show the extreme of a young person who demonstrates both his passion for the character as well as the concerned and patient character that listens to his father when his father demands it.
Well, Alan here actually found my sister, and I met Alan through my sisters. And my mother, Captain Sanford, she's actually an old friend of Alan. But it was a really big coincidence once me and Alan and my sister found each other. So, and I love playing my character Terry. He's like, I try to make him as goofy as possible, so he's fun to play.
You did that.
The next character that was written into the script is Officer Riddle.
Officer Riddle, would you please state your full name for the court record?
Denise Faith Riddle.
And how long have you been a police officer?
15 years.
How many homicide cases have you actually investigated?
Over 550 cases since joining the homicide unit.
Would you consider yourself an expert in homicide investigating?
Yes.
Were you present on August 21st, 2012 at the homicide investigation of Jerry Zimmerman?
Yes.
Were you able to make a determination of what caused the death of Jerry Zimmerman at the scene of the crime?
Yes.
In your opinion, what caused the death of Jerry Zimmerman?
After evaluating the conditions of the victim's body, our forensic investigation determined that the cause of Jerry Zimmerman's death was a result of one shot to the back.
Officer Riddle was actually written into the script because the name Riddle here in Pasadena goes back to the first black officer that was hired by Pasadena police. And the name Riddle not only started some 40 or 50 years ago by Mr. Riddle, but we've also had a female officer by the name of Riddle who was also an officer who is now retired. So the inspiration of Officer Riddle came from those two individuals who contributed to the community and still exists through this show. So I utilize that name to bring forth Officer Denise Riddle in our show. And that is played by a phenomenal actress named Anna. Anna, who inspires me tremendously because she shows the truest essence of being committed to her dream. She is a phenomenal woman in every respect because she puts in the time to perfect the craft of acting. Not only does she put in the time, but she also puts in the investment from whatever it takes. And what I mean by that, she lives in Palmdale, Lancaster area with no vehicle. So she takes the Metro Rail system to get to Pasadena for rehearsals, for anything that's required of her at any time. And that travel alone for you viewers can take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours that she comes here. Not only does she take that time to travel here to Pasadena for rehearsal and practice, but she's also a single parent with 2 kids and wants a true sense of purpose about the projects that she gets involved with. And so what you will see in her testimony is what really drew her to being involved in making the type of commitment that she has made to make sure that this project is a success.
Well, I answered an ad online as the rest of the cast. Came out, it was totally unexpected. Wasn't, expecting anything. Then I get to read this wonderful script and just was blown away by the content and the different characters and the storyline and just the overall different feel that I got from reading the script. This TV show, Tyler Perry Mason, is something that America has been lacking in television. And that's why I am so blessed and I feel so grateful to play Officer Riddle on this television show.
Can I say something?
Sure. Amen.
Actually, about the cases we're handling with in our show, I actually didn't know most of the cases before that, and I really learned something with this show. So this show is also kind of education for today's society.
Now, Brian, I use him as a multitasking character. He plays the various roles that we need to get our project completed. He played in some scenes a school administrator, in some scenes he plays a drawer. In this particular episode, we used him as that vehicle because we had to fill in those areas in hopes of getting the project done without putting more energy and time in casting other members. And his commitment and his expertise in the various roles paid great dividends because, as you have seen in the show, he did incredibly well without most of the viewers realizing that he actually played dual roles.
Hi, I'm Bryant, and pretty much like everybody else's story, I was just responding to an ad online. And that's how I think Alan just found most of the people, and luckily he was able to find a good group. We all worked really well together, and we've been able to connect and have some good times together.
Next, you will hear from Caitlin, who plays multiple characters in the show.
Steve Irving, he got into a fight with him, so maybe he can answer some of your questions.
Okay, I will ask him.
What grade are you currently in, Samantha?
I'm a senior.
Do you know Mr. Jerry Zimmerman?
Yes. Please respond. How long did you know him?
About 6 months.
And how did you meet Mr. Jerry Zimmerman?
At school.
What was the nature of your relationship with Mr. Jerry Zimmerman?
He was my boyfriend. Mr. Mason, your 10 o'clock appointment is here. I got the papers you asked.
Thank you. Tyler Perry Mason, how can I help you?
Miley Milton, and I'm in need.
Oh. The uniqueness of Caitlin not only established her role in many facets in the first episode, but it's truly indicative of how our community evolves. It has evolved because, as you will see in her testimony, that we actually found each other by chance. And what is quite interesting for me is that her grandfather, Tiny Sanford, actually mentored me in my community from two aspects. One, when I was young, in kindergarten, first grade, he and his family actually lived in my community here in Pasadena from, I would say, kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade. And at which point my family moved to Altadena. And once we moved to Altadena, the Sanford family moved to Altadena as well. And our community in Altadena, which was about 3 or 4 blocks away from me, which I was able to continue my relationship with Mr. Sanford, which helped to shape me as a young man. And now as an adult, I now found my connection with his grandchildren and helping to foster their future through the Tyler Perry Mason project.
We actually met at this little cafe called Perry's, and I was with a bunch of kids actually, and he approached me first, and I just was going to give the numbers to all the kids that wanted to go, and then later on I decided I wanted to come and audition with him. So when we finally did meet, he realized that my grandfather was Tiny Sanford, which he knew for a long time, and my mom here, she's an old friend of his, and I just think it's amazing how we met, because we were already kind of linked to each other before we even met.
And preach it, sister.
I grew up with Alan, and we've known each other a long time, and he's always been a go-getter and an entrepreneur. And it was amazing that after not having contact with each other for a lot of years, he happened to meet my daughter in a restaurant.
Kathy plays the role of Mother Mason.
Tyler, do you know how hard it is to raise all those children and not be respected at the fact you have to work so hard to put them in a good home?
She was a blessing for our project because at the time we had casted an actor to play my mother. But for some of the conflicts that comes up in the production of a movie or a show, we had to continue to seek out other actors to fill the roles when we have those conflicts. And we found Kathy very competent and did an incredible job to introduce how the entire process of Tyler Perry Mason came together.
And the real driving force behind the show is a gentleman named Bubba. He has demonstrated to all of us that he is the patriarch of Tyler Perry Mason, to make sure that we're in line with how to be the best, how to be good actors, how to serve this community, and also to leave a legacy. And that's what this show is all about. We hope that the viewers really enjoy what you see in Tyler Perry Mason, because it's truly just a part of you, as you see within our family. So we hope that you join us and encourage other people to watch the show, because we certainly want it to be about you, Pasadena, and the future of our children. So hopefully check us out this year. Tell everybody to watch us, and we look forward to seeing you.
Also, check us out on Twitter or Facebook.
Oh, preach it.
All right.
Preach it. Amen.
Okay.
So I certainly hope that you viewers enjoy the making of Perry Mason, the first episode called Anger, and share with others to watch our show.
A central part of any healthy city are its parks and recreational services. A high-quality park system encourages community connectedness, builds upon human development, and creates a healthy community for our residents of all ages. In Pasadena, we promote and encourage the value of parks to our guests and residents alike. Come discover how parks make life better in Pasadena.
Youth and adults in Pasadena share a strong passion for outdoor sports.
The benefits of recreational activities in Pasadena are endless. We pride ourselves on our parks. From special events to sports activities, we have something for everyone to do.
Our parks offer serenity and beauty. There are places to go to enjoy your friends and nature. Parks make life better.